Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What does your daily routine say about your destiny? What story are your habits telling about your future? We often look at life's challenges and dreams as towering mountains too high to climb. But let me tell you something, it's not the mountain that stops you, it's the pebble in your shoe. It's the small, unnoticed habits that either propel you forward or pull you back. Your habits shape your future. They are the silent architects of your life. You want success, but are you sowing the seeds of success every day? You want peace, but are you making space for it in your schedule? Let me remind you that a dream without discipline is just a fantasy. Transformation doesn't come in the spotlight, it happens in the quiet corners of your life. It's not about the applause you receive, it's about the choices you make when no one is watching. Change begins when you stop negotiating with mediocrity. You can't keep tolerating the same bad habits and expect a different outcome. What you tolerate today will define your tomorrow. And here's the beauty of it, you don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Small changes, when done consistently, lead to big victories. Wake up 15 minutes earlier to pray, plan, or reflect. Replace one negative thought with a positive affirmation. These small shifts may seem insignificant at first, but they are the foundation of greatness. So I challenge you today, look at your habits and ask yourself, are they building me up or breaking me down? Decide to take charge of your life, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Because your future is calling, and it's waiting on the choices you make right now. Change your daily habits and you will change your life. Thank you. Your life is not a random collection of events, it's the cumulative result of the choices you make every single day. The reality is that your habits, those seemingly small, automatic behaviors you engage in without a second thought, are shaping your future moment by moment. Whether you realize it or not, every action you take and every decision you make is a building block in the foundation of your destiny. Think about it, success, fulfillment, health, and even happiness don't come from sudden monumental shifts. They come from the steady, consistent actions repeated over time. Your habits are like seeds. What you plant in the soil of your life will grow into the fruits you'll harvest later. Plant neglect, procrastination, and excuses, and you'll reap frustration and stagnation. But plant discipline, focus, and determination, and the rewards will be abundant. The power of habits lies in their compounding effect. A single positive habit practiced daily may seem insignificant at first, like drinking more water, reading a few pages of a book, or taking a 10-minute walk. But over time, these small intentional actions accumulate, creating a tidal wave of transformation. Similarly, negative habits, even those that seem harmless, like scrolling endlessly through your phone or skipping workouts, can silently erode your potential and keep you from achieving your dreams. Here's the truth, you cannot separate your habits from your outcomes. If you want to know where your life is heading, look at what you do consistently. What you repeatedly do becomes who you are. Are you showing up for your goals every day, or are you allowing distractions and excuses to derail you? The mirror of your habits reflects the future you're walking toward. Habits don't just affect your actions, they shape your mindset. Positive habits reinforce belief in yourself. When you commit to a daily routine of growth, even in small ways, you begin to see yourself as someone who is capable, disciplined, and worthy of success. On the other hand, negative habits can erode your confidence, feeding feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Your habits determine how you perceive yourself, and how you perceive yourself determines what you believe is possible. But remember this, habits don't form in isolation. They are influenced by your environment, your choices, and your mindset. Surround yourself with people and systems that encourage good habits, and you will find it easier to make choices that align with your goals. Conversely, if you allow your environment to nurture bad habits, they will take root and grow, often without you even realizing it. Every great achievement you've heard about, every successful person you admire, is a testament to the power of habits. Their victories were not won in a single day, but through countless small actions repeated over and over, often without recognition or fanfare. It's the athlete waking up at dawn to train, the entrepreneur reading and learning every night, the artist sketching ideas when no one else is watching. These habits pave the way for greatness. Your habits are more than routines, they are declarations of who you are and what you value. They are the invisible threads weaving the fabric of your future. If you want to live a life of purpose and achievement, start by examining the habits you allow to dictate your days. Discipline is the cornerstone of every meaningful breakthrough in life. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, even the most ambitious dreams remain just that, dreams. Discipline is what turns intentions into actions and actions into results. It is the engine that drives consistent progress, even in the face of adversity and distractions. The power of discipline lies in its ability to push you beyond the limitations of your emotions. Let's face it, motivation comes and goes. There will be days when you feel excited and ready to conquer the world, and there will be days when you want nothing more than to stay in your comfort zone. Discipline doesn't rely on how you feel, it relies on a decision to commit to what matters, regardless of how hard or inconvenient it might seem in the moment. Every breakthrough in life requires sacrifice, and discipline is the tool that enables you to make those sacrifices. It demands that you give up short-term pleasures for long-term rewards. It asks you to say no to distractions, excuses, and temporary comforts in order to say yes to your goals, your growth, and your future. This trade-off is not easy, but it is necessary. Breakthroughs are born from the willingness to endure the discomfort of discipline, knowing that the pain of regret is far greater than the pain of effort. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about persistence. You will stumble and you will face setbacks, but discipline allows you to get back up, refocus, and keep moving forward. It's about showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. Each strike of the chisel may seem insignificant, but over time, those consistent, deliberate actions reveal a masterpiece. That is the essence of discipline. It's not flashy or glamorous, but it is powerful beyond measure. When you embrace discipline, you unlock doors that were previously closed. It creates opportunities that once seemed out of reach because it equips you with the habits, skills, and mindset necessary to seize them. Discipline sharpens your focus, improves your resilience, and strengthens your capacity to handle challenges. It allows you to go further than talent alone ever could. In fact, talent without discipline often leads to wasted potential, while discipline without talent can still lead to remarkable success. Discipline also frees you from the tyranny of procrastination. When you operate without discipline, you become a slave to indecision and delay, constantly waiting for the right time or the perfect moment to act. But discipline teaches you that the right time is now, and the perfect moment is the one you create by taking action. It forces you to confront your fears, doubts, and excuses head on, empowering you to make progress instead of waiting for life to hand you an opportunity. Another transformative aspect of discipline is its ability to build momentum. When you commit to a routine, no matter how small, you create a chain reaction of positive actions that reinforce each other. This momentum becomes a powerful force, propelling you forward even when challenges arise. Over time, discipline becomes second nature, no longer feeling like a burden, but a way of life that aligns with your highest aspirations. Discipline also fosters clarity and focus. When you prioritize what truly matters and eliminate distractions, you create space for intentionality and growth. It allows you to concentrate your energy on the goals that align with your purpose, rather than scattering your efforts on fleeting desires. This laser-like focus amplifies your ability to achieve breakthroughs because it channels your time and energy into the actions that have the greatest impact. Ultimately, discipline is the foundation upon which breakthroughs are built. It is not an inherent trait reserved for the lucky few. It is a skill that anyone can cultivate. It starts with a single decision, followed by consistent action. And though the journey may be challenging, the rewards of discipline are immeasurable, leading to growth, achievement, and a life of purpose. The life you are living right now is a direct reflection of the standards you've chosen to accept, the behaviors you've allowed, and the habits you've tolerated. Every choice you make or fail to make is planting seeds that will grow into the reality you must face in the days, months, and years ahead. What you allow to persist in your life today, whether good or bad, becomes the foundation upon which your future is built. Tolerance can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it can foster patience and understanding in the face of adversity. On the other hand, it can also create a dangerous complacency, allowing negative patterns and influences to take root. Many people underestimate the long-term consequences of what they tolerate in their daily lives. They excuse poor habits, unhealthy relationships, or self-limiting beliefs because the immediate discomfort of addressing these issues feels overwhelming. But here's the truth: avoidance today leads to greater struggles tomorrow. Think about the small compromises you make. Maybe you tolerate procrastination, telling yourself you'll get to that important task tomorrow. Maybe you tolerate toxic relationships, convincing yourself that things will eventually get better without taking action. Or maybe you tolerate mediocrity, settling for less than what you're truly capable of because striving for more seems too difficult. These small allowances might seem harmless in the moment, but over time they compound and solidify into the framework of your life. What you tolerate becomes normalized. The behaviors you permit, whether in yourself or others, send a message about what is acceptable. If you tolerate laziness, it becomes a pattern. If you tolerate disrespect, it becomes a precedent. If you tolerate fear, it becomes a barrier. And once these patterns are established, they are much harder to break. What starts as a small compromise can grow into a massive obstacle, weighing you down and holding you back from your potential. This principle applies to every area of life. In your health, tolerating a poor diet or lack of exercise today will manifest as illness or fatigue tomorrow. In your career, tolerating missed opportunities or a lack of ambition today will result in stagnation tomorrow. In your relationships, tolerating unresolved conflict or miscommunication today will create distance and resentment tomorrow. The consequences of tolerance are not always immediate, but they are always inevitable. The danger of tolerating the wrong things lies in their ability to erode your standards over time. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you become. When you allow yourself to settle, you send a message to your subconscious mind that you're not worthy of better. Over time, this mindset seeps into your identity, and you begin to live out the limitations you've imposed on yourself. What you tolerate today isn't just shaping your circumstances, it's shaping your character. Tolerating negativity, bad habits, or low standards is like carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each compromise you make adds another stone, and over time, the weight becomes unbearable. Yet, because you've carried it for so long, you convince yourself it's normal, even though it's slowing you down and draining your energy. The only way to move forward is to recognize the weight you've been tolerating and make the conscious decision to put it down. Recognizing what you've been tolerating requires brutal honesty. It's not always easy to admit that you've allowed yourself to settle or that you've been complicit in your own stagnation. But this awareness is the first step toward change. It forces you to confront the uncomfortable truths you've been avoiding and take responsibility for the role you've played in shaping your current reality. The choices you make today have a ripple effect. They extend far beyond the present moment, influencing not only your future but also the people around you. When you tolerate less than your best, you're not just letting yourself down, you're setting an example for others to do the same. Conversely, when you raise your standards and refuse to tolerate anything that doesn't align with your goals and values, you inspire those around you to do the same. What you tolerate today is not a static decision, it is a trajectory. Each small allowance points you in a direction, and if you're not careful, you may find yourself far from where you intended to be. It's like steering a ship. Allowing even a slight deviation from your course can lead you miles off track over time. If you want to reach your destination, you must consistently adjust and correct your path, refusing to tolerate anything that pulls you away from your purpose. The good news is that you have the power to change what you tolerate. It's never too late to reassess your standards, confront the areas of your life where you've settled, and make new choices that align with the future you desire. Change begins with the decision to no longer accept anything less than the best for yourself, even if it means facing discomfort, uncertainty, or resistance. The path to greatness is rarely paved with grand gestures or dramatic transformations. More often, it is built step by step through small, consistent actions that compound over time. While we are often drawn to the allure of instant success or massive breakthroughs, the truth is that lasting victories are born from the accumulation of tiny, deliberate changes. These small changes, seemingly insignificant in the moment, create the momentum that propels us toward our greatest achievements. Think of a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop alone cannot carve into stone, but over time, with consistent repetition, even the hardest surface yields to the persistence of water. This is the power of small changes. They may not seem impactful at first glance, but their effects are magnified through consistency and time. Each small step you take builds on the one before it, creating a ripple effect that can transform your life. One of the reasons small changes are so powerful is that they are achievable. Massive goals can feel overwhelming, often paralyzing us into inaction. But when you break those goals into smaller, more manageable steps, they become attainable. It's easier to commit to drinking 1 extra glass of water a day than to overhaul your entire diet. It's easier to spend 5 minutes meditating than to commit to a complete lifestyle change. These small, simple actions remove the barriers to getting started, and once you start, you create momentum. Momentum is the secret weapon of small changes. When you achieve even the smallest of victories, it builds your confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. This creates a positive feedback loop. Small successes fuel your motivation, which in turn drives you to take more actions, leading to even greater victories. Over time, these small wins accumulate, and what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Small changes also have the unique ability to create habits. When you commit to a minor adjustment of your routine and repeat it consistently, it begins to embed itself into your daily life. This is how habits are formed, not through dramatic resolutions, but through small, repeated actions. And once a habit takes root, it requires less effort to maintain, freeing up your mental energy to focus on the next small change. Over time, these habits compound, creating a foundation for lasting success. This principle applies to every aspect of life. In health, small changes like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or swapping soda for water can lead to significant improvements in fitness and well-being. In relationships, small gestures like sending a kind message or actively listening during a conversation can strengthen bonds and build trust. In your career, small changes like dedicating 15 minutes a day to learning a new skill or organizing your tasks can lead to breakthroughs in productivity and advancement. Another remarkable aspect of small changes is their ability to uncover new possibilities. When you start making even minor adjustments, you begin to see opportunities you may have previously overlooked. Small changes alter your perspective, encouraging you to approach challenges and situations with fresh eyes. They open doors to growth and innovation, helping you realize that progress doesn't always require a monumental effort. It often starts with a simple step in the right direction. However, the true magic of small changes lies in their ability to influence not just your actions, but your identity. Each time you commit to a positive change, no matter how small, you are casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. With every healthy meal you prepare, every book you read, every moment of discipline you exercise, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who prioritizes their health, their growth, and their goals. Over time, these small acts of alignment between your actions and your values shape your identity, empowering you to pursue even bigger victories. It's important to remember that small changes are not about perfection, they are about progress. There will be days when you stumble, when your efforts feel insignificant, or when results seem slow to materialize. But consistency, not perfection, is what drives transformation. Each small step forward, no matter how imperfect, brings you closer to your goal. The compound effect of small changes is one of the most powerful forces in life. Just as financial investments grow exponentially over time through compound interest, so too do the benefits of consistent, small actions. The results may not be visible immediately, but they are building beneath the surface, creating a foundation for the breakthroughs and victories to come. In conclusion, the power to transform your life lies not in monumental gestures, but in the simple, intentional choices you make every day. Your habits shape your future, discipline unlocks your potential, what you tolerate sets the standard for your life, and small changes compound into big victories. Each action, no matter how small, is a seed planted in the soil of your destiny. The beauty of change is that it's always within your reach. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or a sudden surge of inspiration. The key is consistency, persistence, and a willingness to challenge what no longer serves you. The life you desire isn't a distant dream, it's built step by step, decision by decision. So take charge of your habits, embrace discipline, refuse to settle, and start with one small change. Your future self will thank you for it.